What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of I Know Chris. On the show today, my friends, you guessed it, we're going to be reviewing another bourbon. Now, this is a Kentucky bourbon. Same company that distills Buffalo Trace, distills the Eagle Rare. Now, this bottle, it was rare. That word right there, rare, it was almost completely couldn't be found here in the state of Georgia. Went to several liquor stores trying to pick this bottle up. I don't know why there's such a shortage, especially in my area. Maybe it's everywhere. I mean, it's made in Kentucky. They ain't that far from Georgia. But Eagle Rare is kind of hard to get your hand on. Now, this is a 10-year aged bourbon. It says on the back, I kind of showed it at the beginning. It means it was aged in a barrel for 10 years. So we ought to have a really tasty bourbon. Now, it used to be what they call single barrel, but now it's on like a assembly line, and there's several barrels pouring into the bottle. So you may get some from a barrel that's finishing up, and then get some from a new barrel to finish off that bottle. Now, is it going to alter the taste? Probably a little. I would think you wouldn't get the same taste profile in Eagle Rare no more, being it's not single barrel, but I haven't heard nobody say it was bad. 10 years, right? So we'll give it a try today. This bottle right here, I got it for $46. That's how much I paid for it, $46. A little high, maybe, for some people. Some people said they wouldn't have paid that, but I've seen this sell for $60 to $70. I don't know. Maybe that's too high, or maybe that was a good deal. I don't know. I think it depends on the state and where you buy it. Now, I will tell you something, a real quick story I ran into. I went to this local liquor store that told me they had this, had 3 bottles. I went there, a little small liquor store in the middle of the country, and the lady, I went to the counter, put on the counter, and she just stared at me. Like, what do you want? I'm like, I want to buy this bottle of Eagle Rare, and she's like, well, you can't. You have to buy, so what you mean I can't? She said, you have to buy a bottle of Flatboat. At the time, I didn't know what Flatboat was. I knew it was probably a bourbon or whiskey by a different company. Why would I want to buy a Flatboat to get the bottle of bourbon that I want? So I would have to pay a price for a different bourbon, and just had to pay the full price for this bourbon, I think, which was like $39, almost $40 at their store. But I couldn't buy it by itself, and I thought, what's the world coming to when you go to a liquor store, and the liquor store dictates which liquor you buy and how much of what you buy, of what products to get what you want. The world's going crazy, y'all. But anyway, needless to say, I didn't buy it there. I went somewhere else and actually found this, and they had like 1 bottle on the shelf locally, and I got it after going to several liquor stores trying to pick it up. So I'm really interested in giving it a taste. Like I said, they make Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace, I've done a review of that before. I got a bottle down here I'll pull up in a minute. We're going to actually pour it up and see if I can tell much in the difference, being this is a 10-year age in the barrel bourbon compared to Buffalo Trace, and see if it's much difference. I know Buffalo Trace cost me like $20-something. So this stepped up in price. So I'm hoping this taste is going to be stepped up too. So let's quit rambling on, Chris, and let's give it a little taste, y'all. I'd already broke the seal on it a while ago because I'm pouring it up here and I didn't want to make a mess on the bar. So let's just pour a little bit in here. Those spillage. I can go ahead and tell you, the color's not that dark. I'll get y'all can see that. It's not that dark. It's almost like soda color. Got a little cube of ice in it. Wow. Whew. Bourbon is like, snap you up your nose. Whoosh. Smells like a kind of honey, caramel. Getting different scents of different things. I mean, you smell, I know it's going to sound crazy, almost smells like a leather. Leather is very tasty. Anyway, let's give it a try, y'all. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm definitely going to pour up Buffalo Trace next to it and sample both. I don't know if y'all can see these little, what they call legs, running down the glass. These little, like, water beads, some people would call it. I don't know how good how clear that's coming in. But there's little, like, legs, as they call it, running down. And that's supposed to be a good sign. For a long time, like, why y'all talking about legs running down? But yeah, they say if you got these little legs when you drink out it, it's like little driplets running down the glass. It's supposed to be good bourbon. I'm looking over here at the monitor and shitting. Okay. Wow. Smoothness. It's not got you can taste the alcohol. I'm going to tell you. If you don't like something to taste like alcohol, you want something to disguise, you're not going to enjoy this. Because I definitely taste the alcohol. And people say, well, it is alcohol. And some alcohols, it depends on the proof. It may not. This is 45% alcohol, and I think it's, does it have the proofing on here? I don't even see the proofing on here now. Let's see. 90 proof. Definitely tastes like 90 proof. By all means. It's a nice sipping bourbon. But if, like I said, if you're not, you might want to go lower proof if you don't really like that alcohol taste, because it kind of lingers. And I'm going to be honest with you. I heard there's a whole lot of hype about this, and this is not a sweet bourbon. I don't care what anybody says. I've had bourbons that had a sweet taste to it. This does not have that much. I hear people say, oh, it tastes like caramel. I'm not tasting none of that. I'm not tasting honey. I'm not tasting caramel. I'm tasting bourbon, 90 proof. I want to pause this, get Buffalo Trace up here and pour it in the glass next to it, just to see if I can tell that much difference. And being this is aged 10 years, is there that much difference? If you're a bourbon drinker and you like 90 proof stuff, I think you'd be right on with this. But I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to make some people mad out there, probably. Evan Williams, Jack Daniels. I can't tell. I've drank several different bourbons and whiskeys, but if I poured Jack Daniels whiskey up beside this, I don't think I could tell the difference, y'all. If y'all put it in a different glass. Maybe I'm just not a professional bourbon drinker, but I do drink alcohol. And it's got a little bit of burn after I'm sitting here a few minutes. I'm not tasting no sweet taste or nothing like that. That's definitely, you're going to sip on that. You may even make a good old-fashioned with that. I've made that before with the Buffalo Trace. Let's get the Buffalo Trace poured up and just see if there's much different. Y'all hold on. All right, guys. I ran and grabbed the Buffalo Trace real quick for y'all. This is Buffalo Trace. Now, you see, I kind of like it. And it's not as expensive. I think it's, like I said, $25 or something like that. But actually, I kind of like this. I'm meant to taste it, compare it, but just from memory, I think I like this better. I think I like the Buffalo Trace better. Let's give it a little drink and see what we got going on here. I don't pour too much because I'm just reviewing. This is really good in the old fashioned. Very tasty. Wow, I actually think this smells better. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah. Okay, there is a big difference. And I noticed some people, and this is 90 proof, and it's 45% alcohol. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Wow. I really think I'm leaning more toward Buffalo Trace. Oh wow. Actually, the more that sits there in that ice, it didn't really dilute it down. The alcohol, it's like the burn's getting worse. Wow. I'm gonna be honest with you. This Buffalo Trace, it to me is a much smoother bourbon / whiskey. Buffalo Trace, I think, wins. It's lower in price. It's easier to find, at least for me, than the Eagle Rare. Now I know some people say when you pour the first time out of a new bottle, what they call the neck area could be a little bit different tasting. I don't know how that's possible. It's all poured in the same bottle, but I'm not a bourbon specialist. But I'm telling you right now, I don't want to sip on this. I do not want to sip on this. I'm right now very disappointed. I'm thinking Buffalo Trace, maybe it's just a better barrel. But this right here is so strong. The alcohol flavoring is just, it's not enjoyable. I'm not sitting there like some of these people I see on YouTube, I think are BSing a little bit and they're sipping on time. Oh yeah, caramel and fruity note and all this good stuff they're tasting. You'll see it in my face, don't you? Wow. Buffalo Trace is better. I'll drink a bottle of Jack Daniels just because I drank this Eagle Rare and saved me a bunch of money. That's just my opinion. I know some people are not going to agree with me out there on this, but that's why I do these reviews for y'all. This is not worth running around all the running I did, the gas I spent trying to find this Eagle Rare. It's not that great. It just ain't. I think it's more hype than anything else. The Buffalo Trace, I prefer it over 25. I think this is 45, 46. It was up there. It wasn't that cheap, y'all. And I know people say, well, it was aged 10 years. Well, I'm happy for them. If that's what 10 years aged tastes like, I think I'd rather settle with something that's not aged but 1 year. I don't think it says on here how long this was actually aged. If even at all. I don't see it. Maybe it is somewhere on the website or something. I don't even care if it was 1 year aged. It's 45 proof. Percent alcohol, and this is just better. Even though it's the same percentage alcohol, I don't care. This is a much smoother drinking bourbon. Well, guys, I'm not gonna hold y'all up no more and ramble on no more than I have to. I hope if somebody's out there trying to find the Eagle Rare and the 10-year aged, I'm very disappointed. I may try some other bourbons. I know some higher dollar market bourbons on the market, but this kind of just scared me after spending what I spent on that. And I'd rather drink the Buffalo Trace, the cheaper bourbon. I'd rather drink the Jack Daniels than drink this. Heck, I don't know if I will drink this. I won't be drinking this on ice or by itself. It definitely would have to be mixed with something, and I hope in an old fashioned or something, tones down a little bit. But right now, it is no good. I may come back and try this in a week or two and just see if, because I've opened it, maybe it's toned down some. I've heard people say that, these bourbon experts on YouTube. But right now, for me, Buffalo Trace definitely kicks the Eagle Rares behind. Book. Out the way. Even like the bottle better. I mean, that's kind of fancy with the Eagle. I like the Buffalo Trace bottle. So guys, that's going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this quick review of Eagle Rare. It is rare for maybe a reason. Maybe people ain't drinking it that much. Maybe it's a big hype and they're not making as many bottles. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I'm sure some people are going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm sitting here tasting it and I ain't BSing nobody. I spent my money on it, and I'll be honest with you, I wish I just brought a bottle of Jack Daniels if I was going to spend money on something like this, because this is nothing special. It just isn't. So until the next time, my friends, if you will do me a favor and hit that subscribe button if you're new here for the first time. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. I hope you did. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. They took the thumbs away, but hit the dislike button. Leave a comment down below. There's a join button if you like to join and support my channel. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate each and every one of you that come here and view my channel. I know some people, this probably was kind of a little boring. I got a video coming right up behind this. We're going to go and make a mixed drink. We're going to make a kamikaze. Look for that video, kamikaze. It's a quick, easy drink, and it's delicious. I used to call it when I was coming up, my party drink, it was Gatorade. It gets you going really quick. So look for that video. Until the next time, my friend, y'all stay safe, and you know what you got to do. Keep tubing.